hogs are far from harmless. Weighing up to 200 pounds, armed with razor-sharp tusks and a ferocious temperament, they become a true nightmare when cornered. A single hog can charge with lethal force, endangering the lives of both hunters and their dogs. Their relentless rooting behavior upturns entire fields, destroys irrigation systems, and leaves farms in ruins. In Texas, over 90% of farmers report severe losses, averaging up to $15,000 per farm each year. The feral hog population grows at an alarming rate, and despite hunters removing hundreds of thousands annually, these efforts remain a drop in the bucket against the crisis.
Vurma.
Among the methods for hunting feral hogs, using dogs remains one of the most effective and time-honored tactics. This art, passed down through generations in Texas, combines human ingenuity with the instincts of canines. The method employs two types of dogs, bay dogs and catch dogs. Bay dogs, such as plothounds or blackmouth curs, are trained to track and corner hogs, barking relentlessly to signal their location to the hunter. Catch dogs, like pit bulls or American bulldogs, take on a more dangerous role, rushing in to seize the hog by its snout or ears, holding it immobile until the hunter delivers the final blow. This approach is remarkably effective. Studies show it can eliminate up to 80% of the hog population in an area, compared to just 25% when using firearms alone. Yet, it's a high-stakes gamble. A cornered hog turns ferocious, ready to fight to its last breath. A single mistake can spell disaster for both hunter and dogs. Feral hogs are far from harmless. Weighing up to 200 pounds, armed with razor-sharp tusks and a ferocious temperament, they become a true nightmare when cornered. A single hog can charge with lethal force, endangering the lives of both hunters and their dogs. Their relentless rooting behavior upturns entire fields, destroys irrigation systems, and leaves farms in ruins. In Texas, over 90% of farmers report severe losses, averaging up to $15,000 per farm each year. The feral hog population grows at an alarming rate, and despite hunters removing hundreds of thousands annually, these efforts remain a drop in the bucket against the crisis. Hunting feral hogs is no game. It's a task that demands skill, patience, and courage. In Texas, hunting is permitted year-round on private land, but public land hunts are tightly regulated. Hunters must obtain a license from the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, TPWD, and complete a mandatory safety course to ensure they understand how to handle firearms and populations. Tracking feral hogs through dense forests or thick brush is a formidable challenge. Hunters need to identify hoof prints, signs of rooting in the soil, and tusk marks on trees, small but critical clues to pinpoint their quarry. Timing is crucial. Feral hogs are at dawn and dusk, making these ideal moments for ambushes.
Ben hazırım. Bekle. Atma.
Hunters typically use .308 Winchester rifles equipped with high-powered scopes, enabling precise shots at distances up to 200 yards. However, hunting hogs is not just about pulling the trigger. Success requires stealth, careful calculation of wind direction to avoid detection by the hog's keen sense of smell, and the patience to wait for the perfect moment. Texas's rugged terrain poses another challenge. Even the fittest hunters spend months training, building strength and agility to navigate the harsh landscape. Some opt for ATVs, racing at speeds of 15 to 25 miles per hour to cover vast areas while maintaining deadly accuracy, a skill that demands intense focus and flawless coordination.
at. 7. Tuttum.
Despite the significant efforts of Texas hunters, the war against feral hogs remains a grueling struggle. Each year, hundreds of thousands of hogs are removed, yet their population continues to grow at a staggering rate. According to the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, current efforts only slow the expansion, falling short of reversing the tide. This fight is not just about protecting crops and farms, it's about the future of ecosystems and native wildlife. Feral hogs don't just destroy land, they compete for food with other species, pushing many toward the brink of extinction. With each passing day, the threat from feral hogs grows more severe, demanding bolder and more decisive action. What do you think about the battle against feral hogs in Texas? Are current methods enough to control this threat, or is it time for more daring solutions? Share your thoughts below and dive into more thrilling stories from the wilderness. Imagine a creature that can reproduce at an astonishing rate, move in massive herds of hundreds, possess destructive power beyond imagination, and show absolutely no fear of humans. That creature is the wild boar, the most dangerous enemy Texas farmers and residents are facing right now. According to the latest statistics, there are currently over 6 million wild boars roaming across the United States. But the scariest situation is in Texas, considered the epicenter of the wild boar disaster. Here, their population has surpassed 2.66 million, and this number continues to skyrocket every single day. Why have wild boars become Texas's worst nightmare? Because these beasts don't just graze or forage like ordinary wildlife. Texas wild boars are living bulldozers, unstoppable digging monsters. With their powerful snouts and razor-sharp tusks, they can tear through entire farmlands within mere hours. No crops are safe, from corn, wheat, barley, vegetables, fruit orchards, to even advanced irrigation systems. Every year, wild boars cause billions of dollars in agricultural damage across the U.S. In Texas alone, the damages caused by wild boars have exceeded $500 million annually, a horrifying number that sends shivers down anyone's spine. They dig burrows, destroy water pipelines, cut underground power lines, smash fences, and even collapse well-constructed livestock farms. Worse still, they attack livestock, including cattle, sheep, goats, and even household pets like dogs, and they won't hesitate to charge at humans if threatened. Texas's ecosystem is on the brink of collapse. Native wildlife like deer, rabbits, and birds are being pushed out of their habitats by the aggressive spread of wild boars. Even the land itself is being devastated, as constant rooting and digging leaves the soil eroded, infertile, and unusable for future farming. Without immediate control measures, the consequences will be far more catastrophic than anyone can imagine. The wild boar disaster could soon spread far beyond Texas, becoming an unprecedented ecological crisis across the entire United States.
Arkada bir tane biri var ya. En arkada.
Tamam. Düştü. İlk attın düştü müydü?
Yok.
If we don't act now, Texas may never be the same again. This is no longer just a warning, it is an unfolding disaster, growing larger and more dangerous with every passing day. The wild boar invasion of Texas is reaching critical levels, threatening to destroy everything in its path: the land, the wildlife, the economy, and even human safety. Across Texas, farmlands, once green and fertile, are being torn apart overnight. Wild boars, with their razor-sharp tusks and powerful bodies, plow through crops like unstoppable machines. They rip up roots, dig deep trenches in the soil, and leave entire fields looking like war zones. Farmers wake up to scenes of total devastation: corn flattened, cotton destroyed, vegetable gardens ruined, and irrigation systems left in shambles. If these creatures are not controlled immediately, the agricultural heart of Texas could be lost forever. But the damage doesn't stop there. Wild boars are pushing the delicate Texas ecosystem toward total collapse. Native species, deer, rabbits, ground nesting birds, and small mammals, are disappearing. Their food sources are being devoured. Their nests and burrows are destroyed. The balance of nature is being shattered. And in their place, a growing army of aggressive, adaptable, and highly destructive invaders. These animals breed at an alarming rate. A single female boar can give birth to 2 litters per year, with 4 to 12 kittens each time. This means their population is exploding faster than most predators or control efforts can keep up with. Across the U.S., the wild boar population has surpassed 6 million. In Texas alone, there are over 2.66 million, and their numbers are rising every single day. The environmental destruction is horrifying, but the threat to human life is even worse. Wild boars are bringing chaos directly into communities. They destroy fences, break into gardens, damage property, and contaminate water supplies. Worse still, they spread deadly diseases, some of which can infect livestock, pets, and even people. Swine fever, foot and mouth disease, brucellosis, leptospirosis, these are no longer distant threats. They are real dangers stalking the heart of Texas. Wild boars have even been known to attack humans. Farmers working their land, children playing near forests, or drivers on rural roads have all found themselves facing a charging boar, a creature capable of inflicting life-threatening injuries in seconds. This is not just a rural problem anymore. The wild boar invasion is creeping closer to suburban neighborhoods, residential areas, and even the outskirts of major cities. The risk is spreading, the danger is growing, and the financial cost, absolutely staggering. Across the United States, wild boars cause an estimated $2.5 billion in damage every year. In Texas alone, this number exceeds $500 million annually, a number that continues to rise as the boar population expands. Crop losses, livestock deaths, equipment destruction, medical costs, road accidents, environmental repair. The economic impact touches everyone, not just farmers. If nothing is done, the future of Texas looks grim. The land will become barren. The wildlife will vanish. The rivers and lakes will be polluted. Diseases will spread. People will live in constant fear. Texas, the land of freedom, opportunity, and natural beauty, could soon become a wasteland of destruction left behind by millions of wild boars. But there is still hope. Across the state, farmers, hunters, scientists, and local communities are fighting back. Using advanced trapping systems, aerial hunting from helicopters, night vision tracking, and coordinated response teams, Texans are launching an all-out war against these invaders. Yet the clock is ticking. Every day without action allows the boars to spread further, breed faster, and destroy more. Without large-scale government intervention, increased funding, and a united effort from all Texans, the battle may soon be lost. The wild boar war has already begun. The question is no longer if this crisis will get worse. It's how much time do we have left to stop it? Will Texas stand and fight for its future? Or will it watch helplessly as its land, its wildlife, and its very way of life are torn apart by an unstoppable, four-legged army from the wild? The choice is ours. The time to act is now.
Paşa sıra sıra götür.
This is no longer just a problem. This is a war. A brutal war for survival between humans, and one of the most destructive forces nature has ever unleashed. Wild boars. They are smart. They are fast. They are relentless. And worst of all, they are multiplying every single day. Texas is now standing on the front line of this terrifying battle. A battle where every farm, every forest, every neighborhood could become the next target. This is not just about protecting crops, not just about saving livestock. This is about defending a way of life, defending homes, defending families, defending Texas itself. If left unchecked, the wild boar invasion will not stop at Texas. They will spread further to new states, new cities, new victims. Right now, across Texas, a new generation of warriors has risen. Farmers, hunters, scientists, even everyday citizens, all joining forces in the greatest survival fight of our time. But the question remains, will it be enough? Because this is no longer just a wildlife problem. This is a survival crisis. This is Texas versus the wild. And in this battle, there are only two possible outcomes. Control them, or be overrun. The clock is ticking. The enemy is here. And this war has only just begun.